Divine greetings, entities, energies, lovelies, bodies of light, seekers and sojourners of truth. The 144, chosen of the chosen few. You know who you are, the stars, seeds that you are. I am Akila Textry in the divine energy essence of it all, reporting to you live from 5D, where my 5D people at. All right, and as usual, I'm bringing you the news to infuse, and we really want to infuse this one, but the news to infuse if you so choose. So follow me while I infuse with the light, get us on our light grid activation, light up light beams, light warriors, beam me up, Scotty, all of that. Let's light this up. And this is a very serious toned type conversation. Like there's things that we need to be looking at this what I'm bringing to you now, which is about background noise. I was gonna say back groin. See, I just be putting words together. And funny thing, I heard someone talk about it today, and it's like the words are coming out so fast. I don't know how many of you this is happening to, because in energy, it's like it's all together. It's all one. And so sometimes words do it no justice. And in our attempt to explain and describe, sometimes the words just, it comes out all together. So yeah, back groin is background noise. Right? I could make it up now. When this wind, it just feels so good. It feels like the ancestors are whispering right here in my right ear, like this. Like, go ahead, tell me, say it again. They want me to, I got a message, right? So the background noise, the energy behind the events, and this is something that we really got to look at. My 5D people, my chosen of the chosen of the chosen, right? The 144ers, right? There is something very serious happening in the energetic realm, in the atmosphere. And always disclaimer, I do none of this to fear monger. This is not about fear mongering, but it is something that we need to pay attention to. There's a lot happening with the loosh that's on the loose. If you didn't hear that before, watch the video that I did that the loosh is on the loose, and I may have to do a part 2 breaking it down some more. But there's a lot of loosh in the air, and people's energy is just excreting, and they're bonding. As I said, they're bonding agents. So I say that to say this: we have to listen to the background noise, just like I was like this with the wind. We have to listen to the wind. There's energy behind the events. What do I mean by that? Look at the energy. The background noise is the energy behind the event. The event is a smoke screen. Like, I want us to get a hold of that. The event is a smoke screen, and when we get fixated on the event, we hold on to the illusion, and I quote illusion because I no longer look at that word illusion the same. All illusions are distorted memories, because we are all memory complex. We are mind-body complex. My light bodies know, the true light warriors know what I'm talking about. We are mind-body complex, and we are a part of a memory complex. We are a part of being a part of the remembering. The remembering is when we come here to remember who we are. We come here to be a part of the remembering, because there's something in the active remembering, in the activity and the livity, the live activity, which is the livity of remembering our soul's purpose, our soul cause, our soul mission. It is in that activity that something, it's like we have a synapsis. We have a soul synapsis, right? This is, and I'm saying a couple of things now that can actually be a topic in itself, right? A soul synapsis can be a topic in itself. See, ancestors in the wind. And it is for us, though, to pay attention to even the remembering can be a topic in itself, because a lot of people don't know. It's like, what are you talking about? We're not talking about just to remember something. Remember as in reconnect to your cells that are vibrating at a soul conscious level. Reconnect to your soul and your spirit's design in this lifetime. We are a part of this remembering. So as we're doing this, and we're turning up our light, we're tuning in to tune up, we have to see that this is I say that to say this, to remind us of the filter that is the illusion, which is a distortion. It is a distorted memory. There are things that are happening that distorts our memories. our rememberings, the reconnections. It's like a block to us reconnecting to ourselves. That's why it's distorted or perverse, which just means twisted. So, with that said, there's an event that happens, and we have to be wise enough, right? Wisdom is also a word that's been coming to me. We need to have the gratitude of the wisdom. Whatever is being shown to you in an experience, in a situation, between you and another, on your job, friends, family, whatever the situation is, understand that that is just like a smoke screen. It is the event. And that event is a distorted memory. It is a distraction. There are major distractions happening right now. And the truth is what is happening behind that event. There is energy behind the event. And I say this so that we can pay attention to that energy. I'm calling us to rise up, raise your frequency, raise your vibration. Don't let people gaslight you. There's a lot of gaslighting going on, especially with spiritual beings, right? Be careful of who you are paired up with spiritually. And yes, I'm speaking to all you fake spiritual people, you bypassers, you spiritual bypassers, you superficial spiritual people, right? I got love for everybody, no hate for anyone, but I have to call you out. A lot of you think that you're being spiritual because you're gaining certain knowledge. Because you have knowledge does not mean you have the wisdom. Experience teaches wisdom. And unfortunately, we have a lot of people out here that lack the true experience to be at a level of mastery, self-mastery, or even just to be at an experiential level, at a level, I call that level 3. And you're not there. You're not qualified to be there. Even if you have the biggest title, you're not qualified to be there. Just because someone has a title, you may find new places. Be very mindful, be careful of these places that call themselves spiritual, because they are bypassing. They're not doing the soul work. And so you have to pay attention to the energy that is behind the event. I'm especially speaking to my clear sentient ones. Stop blocking your third eye. If you're suffering from a lot of headaches, if you're an empath or clairsentient and you're suffering from headaches, let me tell you this, it is because you're playing with your third eye. It is because you either are not seeing something, and this is for everybody. Suffering headaches is a third eye or a crown chakra issue. It means you're not seeing something. If it's the third eye, you're either not seeing something or you see, but you are not matching that vibration of what you see, which means you are not holding yourself accountable and responsible, able to respond with correct action, right? Not what's comfortable for you, but what is true. You have to do that uncomfortable thing, especially when dealing with others. It may be uncomfortable to have that conversation. It may be uncomfortable to say no when they're really, really needed, when you can see that they really need it, but you have to say no when you see the energy behind it, when you see why they're in the situation that they're in, because we all are in our own situations for a reason. We've put ourselves there, and you have to be really wise to see if this is a situation you should be putting your hands in. Read the energy, because sometimes you put yourself in something and now you're going to end up wearing that cross, that burden. It's going to cross over onto you. Let them bear their cross. Even Yeshua has said it in those teachings, right? Whether you believe he existed or not, I go by the stories that give us the lesson. I read it like a fairy tale, and there is a lesson in that. Pick up your bed and walk, right? When that man needed help, oh, no one takes me into the water. What did he say? Pick up your bed and walk. Why are you waiting on somebody to help you? Because you blind? You think because you blind, somebody's supposed to pick you up? No. Pick up your bed and walk, and find your insight that shows you why you're in that position in the first place. This is the kind of information we need to hold in our minds. And there's a lot going on that we need to. Don't feel sorry for anybody. I'm not saying don't have a heart, but do not feel sorry for people. Let them have their experience. You're having yours, let them have theirs. But most importantly, I say this because I want us to be wise in whatever it is that's happening. That situation is bringing you an insight. What is that insight? What is it saying to you? If you can get out of your feelings, if you can get out of the negativity, and first put yourself in a neutral state. I heard something today that was so on point. If I could get her name, I have to somehow share that information with you all. Hopefully, faithfully, faithfully, I can find it and put it in the link below. I haven't learned how to put someone else's link in your link yet. So I'm going to see if I can do that. But one of the important things she says is there are 3 ways that we can handle something. You can be in negativity, neutrality, or positivity. And the key is to be in neutrality. Be in a place of neutralness. If you don't, that means if somebody's doing something, excuse the helicopter, if someone's doing something, there's a situation, you're in a state of confusion, do not be forced to do anything. Neutrality means just be still. Even if they're rushing you and they're waiting on you, say, all right, then you can go. Let them, don't be afraid to let them pass you by. But do not move on anybody else's movements. You know, if you get what I'm saying, don't move because you feel the pressure and, oh, they're waiting on me, I got to come up with an answer. You don't have to do anything but be in your rightful place within your soul. So find that neutrality. Be in a neutrality until you can get to a level of positivity. Because when you go through something, just as she put it, it's hard to be positive. It's hard to be positive right away. So what do? Neutrality. Neutrality, neutrality, neutrality. And that's a word that I got that I want to share with you all as I share this energy behind the event type information. All right. So just kind of keep that in mind. And the energy is that there's a lot of smiling faces, a lot of people that are, you know, feeling good and bubbly, but that doesn't mean that they're in a good and bubbly space, right? That doesn't mean they're not looshing, right? Looshing is not only for the bad, mean looking, negative people. There's a lot of looshing that is happening with happy people, happy-go-lucky, spiritual, rainbows and unicorns, love is light all the time type people that want to, oh, love. Listen, they're looshing, right? So we got to read the energy behind it. No matter what they tell you, they can say they're for you. Look at what they're doing. Look at the energy that is happening. And I say that to say this, that we're under attack, right? Again, I'm not saying this to fearmonger anyone, but those of us at this point in time with the looshing that's happening, with the agents that are bonding, the like-minded demons that are demon dancing, they're trauma bonding, so they're demon dancing. It's at a point right now where we are the enemy. We are the enemy to them. And so we're under attack and they don't even know it. They could be smiling with you. You could be in a good position with them. But energetically, and this is why I'm saying the energy behind that, in the energy, they're picking, they're poking, they're stabbing at you, they're gunning for you, they're going for you, because that parasitic energy that is using them, those parasitic particles that don't want to part ways, and that's why they're pulling away from you. You may have people pulling away from you where you're wondering, what is it? What did I do? Is it my underarm? Is it my breath? Like, what? And you know you did absolutely nothing to them. Don't let that pull you out of frame and focus. Don't let that's gaslighting. That's energetic gaslighting, right? They're not really doing anything to you, but just the fact that they just cut off, or they beelined in a different direction. You and them were here and then they just went left, and you notice they bonded with somebody else, that it's like, and I'm not talking petty jealousy. I'm not talking like, oh, you're not my friend no more type of little, I'm talking you really notice that there's been a pivot, and it's weird, and it's like to the point where it makes you feel like, okay, what did I do? Is it me? It's not you. The energy behind the events. There's background noise. Listen to the background noise. All of that's in the background that is behind what they did. So whatever it is that they're doing, don't get stuck on that. Look at the energy behind it and go, oh, okay, I see that they have something in common. Even you don't have to know their business or nothing like that, but know that if you find I call it a weird link up. If you find weird link ups like that, know that they are trauma bonding. Those are bonding agents, and they're trauma bonding. And that's what that energy is saying. So that's the background noise. So let me give you this experience when I say, because even I am under the attack, but I wear it so beautifully. As someone said to me, like, they punching me, but they punching right through me, like I'm Casper the Friendly Ghost. They just punch and it goes right through me, because I'm at a space where I'm depersonalizing. We have to depersonalize. We have to be at that place of neutrality, and we have to be in a space of love, right? As where the duality, because whatever it is something that's contrasting you. There's a contrast, but we got to find the beauty in the contrast. So you bring that polarity, the contrast is polarized things happening. You bring it to the center, and where dualities meet in the center of infinite existence is love. So we want to be fueled on that love and find that neutrality, right? And I've personally have felt the attack, and I'm saying this with spiritual people. These are people that you would think differently of, and they did it with a smile. And when I saw, and I'm sharing this with you so you guys can see what it is. This literally happened yesterday, and when I got there, Spirit was showing me. I got to an event. I was supposed to be teaching a class, as I told you guys, and they canceled the class like at the last minute. Did not get back to me. Did not call me. The last conversation we had was, we want you to do this, and we're gonna promote to have the class, promote tonight to have the class tomorrow to get a little bit more people to sign up. So that was what we left off on. Had not spoken back. I get there, ready to, have the announcement, only to find that the class was canceled. They did not call me back to say, if someone's teaching a class, you would check back with the teacher, let them know that you're canceling it, so that before calling the students, right? Or the people that are paying for the class. They paid for, they called them and told them, but they never told me. So, and this is not the first thing that they have done where they have energetically snubbed me. Put it that way. I can feel the snub in it. And they don't mean harm. It's not something that they're doing consciously, bad-mindedly, but they're not paying attention to themselves. And so energy is using them. Parasitic energy is using them. And it is to poke at the light. Those of you who are doing your work, we're going to have people coming up because they need to use people to poke at you. They're going to do things that really hits your, what do you call that? Pet peeves, right? Things that grinds your gears. It's going to be using people that are going to do things that is like, this really is a poke, because that energy knows that it's something. Remember, we got an energetic field, y'all. I want y'all to understand this. We're in 5D. In 5D, everything is in the energetic field. So they're reading you. You know how they say the Bible, the devil know the Bible? Yeah, that opposition energy is also reading you. It knows what's in your energetic field. So it uses as a parasite onto others, your loved ones, your friends, whoever. It uses them to do things that will poke at you and poke at little traumas that you may have, or poke at something that you yourself are already working on, but it pokes at it in a way to make you have to kind of have a challenge with it, to challenge you to dim your light. The purpose of it, let me tell you, because you may say, why would they? Listen, they're just being used. And the thing is that the parasitic energy wants to dim your light. It wants to stop your light from shining. It wants to stop you from being in that true essence. It wants to pull you down to lower vibrations, because the more we're on our higher vibrations, the more we're activating this light grid, and we firing them up. They are getting fried. We frying them up. It's like hot grease. When we activate this light grid, it's like hot grease to the desperate energies, and they like, ouch, ooch, ooh, they desperate. So they need you to stop what you're doing, whatever it is. You may think, well, I'm just doing something nice. Yes, you are. And here's the thing. I'm talking about me doing an important class, that can help people understand the soul work in them at a cosmic level, right? So this is something that is needed and can help those. And I'm in a spiritual community that it is a spiritual community that is blocking it, that is stopping it. And they don't realize that they're being used. So it's to stop you from doing what you're doing. You may think, why? That's a good thing. Yes, it is a good thing. And that spiritual community knows that. That spiritual institution, let me put it up that way. It's the institution. They know that. But it is something they're being used. This is why I say you are as strong as your weakest link, people. People are being used at their weakest link, whatever that is. They could be high up on here, they could be spiritual in other ways, but whatever their weakest link is, that is how the parasitic energy is going to use them to do something in the background noise that only some of us will be able to pick up and hear and listen and feel. And don't let people gaslight you and tell you you're too sensitive. This is why you may not, don't discuss it with them. This is what I would say. Notice it for yourself, notice the energy, and then be responsible. Hold yourself accountable, and then be responsible to respond to the energy in your light. It may not make sense to have a conversation with them because they're not aware of it. They're being used. They're puppets, right? They're like energetic puppets or something. And so we have to look at that energy. So this very thing that happened, I had to, someone came to me later on and wanted to talk to me about it and was like, look, I'm sorry, don't take it personal. And I'm like, little do they know, my heart was not heavy. I saw the energy. Spirit went before me, was already showing me what's happening as I'm, approaching it. And I want to say this, I got these, that's why I want to bring these codes to you. These codes came to me. 727, y'all know I'm about this numerology too. 727 came to me before I went in to that event. And when I left, 929. And after I assessed it, when I got home and I was assessing it, processing it, through my processor, my emotions, my energy in motion, I was processing it. And when I was done, I saw 202. So let me just kind of break that down a little bit as I veer off a little. Before I got in there, the 727 was showing me something, and I didn't see it as clearly until I got home and was processing it. That's why I got the 202. But it was saying harmony and duality within manifestation. So it's like it was already telling me you're gonna see some manifested BS right about now. See, manifestation is not always good, y'all. Don't manifest just means what has been brought into creation, into manifestation. I manifested, someone made this necklace. They manifested that. We are manifested physical beings of the divine idea, manifestation. That tree behind me is a manifestation, but we have bad things that we manifest. So it's not all good. So I'm thinking, all right, I thought it was good till I saw what happened afterwards. And I was like, oh, I was getting snubbed. So it was showing me you will have harmony within the duality, meaning there's a contrast that was going to come up, and you're going to have harmony in that, within the manifestation. So within that manifested BS that you're about to walk into, you're going to have that harmony, or it's warning me to have it. It's telling me to have it, or it's telling me I'm going to have it. But either way, I was forewarned. 727. So then when I leave the situation, I see 929, because the way I left, I was at peace. Like I was saying to you before I even tell you the 929, the person was saying to me, oh, don't take it personal. I was like, I'm not taking it personal. It's okay. I really am okay, but I will follow the energy, the frequency. The current frequency, the energy, and I'm going to follow the energy's instructions. That means I need to fall back, right? Because nothing is a coincidence, and I don't need you making excuses for that person. The energy did what it did. That person, we had already an arrangement, and they did not stay on that arrangement. They said something else. And I know people may say it may be a misunderstanding. Again, the energy behind the event. I'm not stuck on the event. Yes, things can happen, but the energy is telling you why it happened. The energy is saying they're just not that into you, right? They may smile with you and everything, but they're just not that into you, and they don't respect you, as well as, and not that they're being consciously disrespectful, but the energy is showing. The background noise is saying, hey, there's no respect there. You need to step back. You need to fall back. You're in their way. They're bothered by you. Whatever it is, that it's like the energy was telling me in little things, even though they're saying, hey, yeah, come. No, that's not how they're really feeling. And the energy is what is showing that. The event shows the energy. The event is the manifestation, right? But we got to have that harmony within it. The event is that manifested issue. So I had to then say, it's okay. And they're like, just like, no, but still do your class. And I'm like, oh, I'm going to do my class. I'm still going to do my class, but I didn't even go into details with her. I already know the truth. So spirit is already telling me, but you won't be doing that class here. You got to flat out no. The energy is telling you no. Do nothing here, because there is nothing that they want or need from you. There is nothing that they can receive from you. They cannot receive you. They are not receptive to you. So this is not where you pour your energy, right? No love lost, but it's showing me don't pour your energy out here. Don't pour your water here, right? So I'm saying, yeah, I know it's time to fall back. This is something I would usually go to every Friday. You know, it's a nice little circle vibe. And it's like, I'm not going. I won't be here, you know, the next Friday. And not out of, I'm not the petty. Understand what I'm saying to you all. We have to match the energy. We have to follow the vibrations. Not out of pettiness, but out of truth. So I had to say, okay, fall back. I won't be here. Unless spirit shows me or tells me otherwise. I'm going to, you know, lay low away from that situation for now. If they are inclined to wanting to know, they will reach out to you. You don't have to go and pray. Even that, it was showing me, because usually I would be like, I gotta say this, I gotta tell them, you know, especially practicing throat chakra season, you know, working on that, especially amplifying that. This is how we got to find the balance. Yes, be in your throat chakra, but that means expressing truth. So I don't have to say anything, but I have to be in my authenticity and in my truth. So the truth is saying fall back. You don't have to go speak to someone, but if they are interested in showing a true interest, then they will come to you and they will ask, and they will be ready to be receptive. Because some people, they'll come to you, but they're not receptive. Again, the energy behind the events, right? So I say that to share it with you, because it was meant to attack me, but it's water off a duck's back. But I see this, and I see so much of it, and I wanted to share that with you all, because we have to be mindful of the background noise, right? If I tell somebody else, it's like they'll look at it like, oh, so they just did that, and it's energy behind it. And don't think that you guys are crazy or off. When you see that energy, honor that energy. Match the vibrations of that energy, and then know ye that ye are gods, and you have to be responsible, right? To whom much is given, much is required. Your behaviors to that energy that you're seeing has to change. You have to have the right reaction, the right course of action in response to it, if you get what I'm saying. So I share that with you all. There's definitely more to share, but I really wanted to say, be mindful of that background noise, and know it's not you, but we have a responsibility to do the right thing in truth, in favor of truth, in honor of truth. Step into your soul's truth. Listen to that noise, that background noise. Whatever's going on here, be like, oh, that's the fancy. No, I'm listening to the background noise. Be like, shh. Don't care what anybody else saying, because people will be in your ear. No, it's because of this. No, it's because of that. That's that Job stuff. You got to do like Job, and, you know, be like, nope, it's not. You listening to all these people. Why are you taking counsel with all these people that don't even see what you see? They can't comprehend. They can't fathom it. So leave them, release them to their now, leave them where they are, and you lean in to that background noise, to the energy that is behind the event. Don't let this filter, this mask fool you, this illusion or distorted memory, smoke screen. Don't let that smoke screen fool you, right? It's just a smoke screen. Get beyond the event. Don't even make excuses for people, any of that. Smoke screen, going up in smoke, right? So to my light bodies, to my light ones, my light warriors, chosen of the chosen, choose to infuse with the light, and know that there is a separation happening, and that is okay. Let it happen anyway. Let them go their way. Exit stage left. If it's meant to be, you will come back around. But this is a time to just really let go, fall back, be at peace with, find your space of neutrality until you can get to positivity, right? Until you can, this is why we have to process our emotions. Process your energy and motion. Go through it. Right? So after this, I forgot to say that after the speaking with the person and I left, I'm already like, whew, you know, water off a duck's back. I'm okay. I'm going to do what energy says to do anyway. I leave and I see 929. 929. That is harmony of duality within spiritual completion. The 9 is spiritual completion. So it's showing me it is done. Confirmation. You've had your spiritual completion, and there is harmony and there is peace, and it will be all right. And you don't have to speak to that person. If they're ready, they will step to. It's like I felt such a freedom, y'all. Like, we got to let these people be. Let them go. Anyway, and after that, of course, processing it, I got 202. And that was after having the process of emotions and going through it and seeing the part that I play in it and how I need to honor these energies. And I feel such a powerful surge of the sovereignty. It's like we're fighting for our soul sovereignty. This is happening, by the way, to a lot of us who are stepping into our new selves, especially post the eclipse and all of that, and the previous energies of that conjunction in Taurus. It's like there's so much that's being brought up, and our perspectives are changing, and we're stepping into the new suit of ourselves. We're stepping into our light bodies, and it's like a tug of war sometimes, because we're finding the balance between others, still wanting to have compassion for others. We still need to have that harmony and that compassion. And so that could be difficult. It may strike a bit of a challenge, but it's for us to just say, okay, this is where I'm at. And so to get there, you gotta listen to that girl, the one that I found faithfully, if I could get her on here. But you gotta be willing to be that point of light. You are the point of light. And it's just for us to step into that point of light like a focused flashlight. Let them do what they're doing. The focus is you. You are the light. You are the love that lights the truth. And allow that to radiate. And it brings us into our sovereignty of ourself, and allow us to, and that's what this was about. The social dynamic is shifting, the balance of it, but also finding your soul's sovereignty in it. And it's like we're fighting for that. Like, give me my sovereignty now. And we shouldn't have to fight for it. No, nothing is, it's just is. It's just being in the isness of our true self. And we have to do that by taking a focal point into ourselves. Don't worry about how it's going to affect them, what they're going to think, what they're going to say, whatever it is. And I know we may say, I'm not worried about others, but sometimes we still are in making our decisions, especially when balancing with having compassion for others, because you want to still appeal to them as a compassionate person. But what we have to realize is I can have compassion for you, but I don't have to appeal to you as being compassionate, right? That I don't have to prove to you that I am compassionate to you by doing favors for you, or doing things for you that you would like, or doing things that are comfortable for you, for them. Have the compassion to still love them even though they're contrasting you, but be in the truth. The beauty of the contrast is that it shows you the beauty in you. It complements you being you and being true to you. So listen to that background noise, but don't, still keep a peace within yourself about it, and have a peace by still having love for them. Don't take it personal. I'm hearing the song, don't take it personal. Take the bitter with the sweet. Easy come, easy go. Don't take it personal. The bitter with the sweet. Good things come to an end. That means accept those things that you thought were good. It's still going to be good. Everything is all good, but not the good that you're used to. That good is shifting because your perspective is shifting. So it's going to shift some things around us, but don't let those things, hold you back. So I digress. I say all of that to bring us to the 202. So after 727, 929, and I process all of that, and I'm feeling like, man, my heart is light. Put my heart on the scale, my aunt. My heart is lighter than the feather. And I'm feeling that. And so then I see 202, confirmation. What is that? Neutrality within the harmony of duality. Remember, the first two numbers had the 2 in the middle, and it was calling for or saying harmony in duality within manifestation and within spiritual completion. And now it's saying, hey, there's a neutrality. I am at peace. There's neutrality within that harmony of duality. and there is love. Where there is that harmony and duality within the infinite existence is love, where it meets in the center. That's what that number in the center is representing, where that harmony meets in the center. So it went from the 2 to the neutrality being the number in the center that had the harmony on both ends. So whoever that's for, take it however it works for you. And I'm gonna leave it right there. I don't want to go too far in. So with that said, please listen to your background noise. Please listen to the energy behind the event and be one with that energy, and honor yourself and honor your soul's purpose. With that, each one, reach one, teach one. If you don't know where to start in your big, beautiful heart and shine your light from the inside out, and be the candle that lights the next one and the next one and the next one. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and comment if you dare. Let me know if some of y'all been coming up with this, or been coming up against this, and let me know if you have any questions. Just comment, down below or wherever you can, and I will catch it. Have a beautiful rest of your day. Peace, love, and light.